ンジは集まってくれたファンに最高のパフォーマンスを見せる。そしてファンは小ランジュのステージに満たされる。
本当にそれでいいの？
え、どういうこと？
ランジュちゃんは本当に一人でやりたいの？
決まってるでしょ。私はソロでやりたいの。私は自分の足で高みに登りたいの。ファンと一緒なんて言ってる同好会に入ったらパフォーマンスにも悪影響が出るわ。
それは。
Progression. What teaches the player into the game under a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction as a result of the efforts over the challenges faced. Previous titles of the franchise have had many complaints in regards to the progression they offered, stemming mainly from the giveaway cars, where it only took a wheel spin, or cashing in giveaways, DLC content, making it typical to own a supercar the first hour of gameplay, totaling the obsolescence of your old Civic when you had barely started the game. Finally, for the new release, Turn 10 aimed for a solution. However, they probably don't know much about the horseshoe theory. In case you are not familiar with this theory, it is related to politics, but applies to everything else. It claims that far left and far right, rather than being total opposite, they just reassemble each other. If you have ever seen the bell curve meme, you know what I'm talking about. In Forza's case, it is not about right or left, but instead extremely easy short-term progression versus grindy long-term progression. Turn 10 fell for the meme. They decided to approach the total opposite strategy as an attempt to counter their recent previous titles, but in the end, both extreme takes wind up committing the same mistake, a progression that feels empty. In the best case scenario, at least they tried to fix it under the good intention of supposedly pushing you to create bonds with cars, likewise encouraging the player to build it, drive it, and spend more time in it, appreciate it as part of your adventure and collection. Sadly, their approach on it is grindy, boring, and on top of that nonsensical. I may sound like a broken record, but I want to remind you that simple weight reduction in Forza Motorsport 2023 requires you to level up, whereas right after buying the car, you can totally change the exhaust system. Do you know what level 1 weight reduction is in Forza? According to the upgrade system of Forza Motorsport 4, where each upgrade has a well-detailed description I truly miss from the old games, literally consists of removing the spare wheel from your car, changing the battery. You can do this in real life within minutes using tools, obviously without the burden of lapping 10 times. Well, according to new Forza, changing the exhaust of your car is more ordinary than taking the spare wheel and the McDonald's soda you left on your cup holder. Aside from the single player lacking events and overall the game lacking variety of game modes, you can level up your car just by lapping endlessly in practice mode. Not even rewarding because you're not playing a race, you're not doing efforts, you can just lap and you will max out your car. There's no context in the progression of the game. Not only it is grindy, but if you're going to make something grindy, give me a reason to progress. There are many more issues and inconsistencies related to the upgrade system, but that will make the video too long. I want to mention as well that the price of many cars don't make any sense, and the car pass is a bit of an unfair play. I think it's a better idea for those that can't or don't want to play too much, because let's be honest, it is actually pay to win if there's nothing you can do, even grinding, to get those cars. You know what's the ironic and concerning part? They've done much better. 360 era and First Horizons didn't have the best progression. Maybe they didn't have licenses and challenges from Gran Turismo series. They were decent enough, keeping the good old racing game progression. Simple and efficient. You can upgrade your vehicle regardless of your driver level with your well-earned credits. Moreover, the greater the time spent in whatever car brand you are riding on, the higher the discount of respective manufacturer. This was called affinity level, which is seen in the new Forza only for buying cars with credits, not upgrades. It gets even worse. If you buy the same car you already maxed out, you'll be forced to regrind parts you supposedly already unlocked. What are those car points even? You barely ever need to look at them. You don't need to be a car enthusiast to acknowledge this system is weird and broken. Thanks to Game Pass, I get Forza has been leaning towards a more casual and childish audience, though they've gone too far in motorsport, like they didn't have a target audience for this one. But I wonder if the current Turn 10 personal likes the genre more than the 10-year-old that only sees a fast-looking car on Game Pass catalog and downloads it. I'm afraid Turn 10 today cares less about racing and cars than the most casual people, despite of being depths of this genre. Point is, if they wanted you to make a bond with a car by a progression, I wonder if have they forgotten that the former upgrade and progression system actually meet better the alleged goal. We can only call this forced innovation. Yes, pun intended.